Happy Tuesday. Or whatever day. Saturday, Sunday. What day are you watching? Anyway, if you are live with us tonight, it's Tuesday. We upload 4 times a week here on the channel. 1, 2, 3, 4. I took 2 years of Spanish in high school, and that's like most of what I can remember. I can say pantalones, margarita, el gato, la playa. Yeah, that's what I got. Anyway, we upload 4 times a week here on the channel. And so if you have not hit the subscribe channel, make sure to do that. That way you don't miss any of our weight loss tips, our fit tips, and our healthy, low-calorie, delicious recipes we post here on the channel. So we are going to talk, tonight we're going to be talking about weight loss balance. So how to have balance, sustainable, how to have it be sustainable. Have you ever lost weight and then gained it back? So you lost 20 and you went and gained 22. You lost 5 and you went and found 6. At least for me, that's the way it works. Like when I lose 5, I always like went and found the 5, and the 5 brought a couple buddies back. So I would find like 6 or 7 or 8 or 10. I never just went and found what I lost. I always found that plus a little bit more. But it wasn't until, look, I was a weight loss failure for a decade, which means I had tried to lose weight. I desperately wanted to lose weight, and I did lose some, but when I would lose it, I would gain it back. Or I would, I'd take 3 steps forward, 3 steps back. And after a decade, that ended with me still being 288 pounds. It ended with me still busting out of a size 22. It ended with me being frustrated and really just starting to believe that maybe I'm just born to be fluffy. Maybe this is just my lot in life, and this is gonna be me. My people weren't little people. None of my family was little. My mom wasn't little. And it's just, okay, maybe I'm just not gonna be little. So imagine my surprise when I went from a size 22 pants down to a size 2. Like mind blown. Every belief I had ever had shattered. But there was something that I changed, because I was that person, and because so often people are like, Carmen, how? Like, how do you go from failing miserably to succeeding? How do you go from like weight loss failure for a decade to succeeding wildly? How do you go? Like, how? It's one of the biggest questions I get. And tonight, I'm going to tell you one of the biggest secrets to how that actually happened. How was that possible? How can you go right now, if you're somebody watching this going, oh my gosh, Carmen, I'm struggling. Like every day I ride the struggle bus. I'm frustrated. I've tried everything under the sun and nothing's working. If you're there, you're probably making the same mistake that I made for a decade, okay? So one of the biggest mistake that I made was I was an all or nothing kind of girl. So I would go from, well, you can imagine what I ate. I was 288 pounds. And what we put in here shows, what we eat in secret shows up on our body. So what we put in our mouth shows up on our body. So whether you eat crap food like I did, or whether you're eating healthy food like avocado and nuts and all those things, you're just eating way too much of it, the extra calories we eat show up on our body as fluff. Because when you eat extra calories, energy is what it really is, and your body doesn't use it, it converts that extra energy to fat that stores on your body. Well, I clearly had eaten way too much because I had a lot of extra fat stores on my body. And so when I would go from that place of, I've eaten too much, I've eaten all the fast food, I've eaten all the Taco Bell, I've, laid on the couch all the time, just whatever that looked like, you can insert whatever your thing is there, to losing weight, I would all of a sudden be like, that's it. I'm starting tomorrow. No sugar, no carbs. I'm working out 2 hours a day. I would try to go from nothing to all or nothing. It was either all the sugar or none of the sugar. It was all the carbs or none of the carbs. It was all the working out or none of the working out. And I don't know, like I can remember, and this started at a very young age. I can remember I was either a junior or senior in high school, actually. And at that point, like my mom would drop me off at the fair and I would be there. Like we had friends that had a camper there and all of that. And I would have like $5 for the day for food, $5 or $10 or whatever it was. And I can remember like, and I don't even know where this came from. Like, I don't remember somebody even telling me to do this. It just, in my mind, it made sense. So here we are at the fair. There's boys all around. And as somebody who wanted to get the boys' attention, I would, of course, and I was aware of my weight. Even in high school, I was overweight. I was never one of the smaller girls. I was very athletic. I did play sports, but I wasn't skinny by any means. I wasn't a size 22. I think I was a size 10 or 12. Yeah. And so I was still one of the bigger girls. And I can remember being at the fair and I would just make up my mind that, okay, I'm not going to eat. I just won't eat all day. And then I'll eat dinner. So, and again, nobody came to me and said, hey, Carmen, you want to lose weight? Do this. Just in my mind, it made sense that if I wanted to lose weight, I wouldn't eat all day long. And then what would happen is I would make it to like 2, 3, 4 o'clock. I would be cranky as crap. And then I would go like inhale all of my calories that I had missed all throughout the day in a matter of 20 minutes. And so, and you would think after doing that a handful of times that would have taught me that this whole all or nothing thing doesn't work. But no, it didn't. For a decade, I messed around with all or nothing. And all or nothing would work well for a couple hours, a couple days, a week maybe, and then it would be done. And then I would go eat all the things, and I can remember doing this diet. It was called the HCG diet, and maybe you've done it. Or maybe you've heard of it, or maybe you're like, what is that? It was so sketchy. So we had to call this pharmacy overseas. We talked to this guy that had an accent, and he was some doctor overseas. And hello, Miss Carmen. Yes, I am your doctor. And so he would have to write me a prescription for this HCG stuff. And it was basically, it was something that you had to inject into your body. You had to pinch your fat, take a needle and inject it. And supposedly the whole concept was it was going to suppress your hunger and increase your metabolism. And you were only eating 500 calories a day. That is it. Well, of course, you lost a crap ton of weight. Like you could only do it for 21 or 30 days, I think something like that. And you would lose like 20 to 30 pounds in 21 days. So you lost a crap ton of weight. And I did this with I'm the kind of person that when I believe in something, I talk about it. So I had gotten my mom, my husband, all my coworkers, my friends, my family, like we were all doing this HCG diet thing. So bad. It was so horrible. Don't ever do it. And we all lost a crap ton of weight. But here was the thing. Every single one of us that did it, that I know, we lost weight. But guess what we also did? As soon as we stopped eating 500 calories a day, we gained it all back. All of it back. So whenever I've done an all or nothing, even if it worked, even if I didn't quit and go binge and get frustrated and say the heck with this, even if it did work and I would manage to lose some weight, I would always gain it back. And I've had some friends that have went through seasons of, you know what? I'm just going to go work out for 5 hours a day. And they lost weight and they worked out for 5 hours a day. Guess what? As soon as they stopped working out for 5 hours a day, they gained all the weight back. Listen to me. However you lose the weight is what you will have to continue to do that to maintain it. And all of a sudden, somewhere along the way, the light bulb went off. Like ding, ding, ding. Now, it didn't go off quick. I'm hard-headed. I'm Italian and I have German. And so, those are very hard-headed things. And so I'm hard-headed. But somewhere after a decade of failing, I finally got the notion of balance. Maybe this time around, I should try to not cut out all the sugar. maybe I should just try to eat it like a normal person. Maybe I should just have some balance, which means I'll still eat my carrot sticks, but I can still have a Reese's cup. I can still eat my whole wheat bread, but I can still have some diet soda when I'd like some. And so I adopted this whole concept of balance, thinking maybe if I don't deprive myself, then I won't go mad and act like a crazy person to get all the sugar that I've deprived myself of. And so 6.5 years ago, after we had our second baby and I recommitted to this whole weight loss thing after reading an article which linked obesity in parents to their kids, because yes, I was that mom that naively said, yes, I'm overweight, but my kids won't be. I not only said it, but I believed it. And after reading that article, I realized that, I was living in a fantasy, and that it was my kids had a 400% shot, actually, because my husband and I were overweight at the time of being overweight, that I thought, okay, let's go ahead and give this a go. And I decided that I was going to combine fitness with nutrition. But nutrition was going to be about, I started off with how many calories I put in my mouth. And I was going to move my body actually at the time it was like 45 minutes a day, 6 days a week. And I thought to myself, you know what? That's not extreme. And that's something that I can do. It's something that I can do. Because even at 30 minutes, if you move your body 30 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day is 2% of your day. 2% of your day. That means you have 98% left of your day that you can do whatever the heck you want with it. But this was the first time, 6.5 years ago, that I started doing something that wasn't extreme. But here's the other thing. So when we try to do something extreme and we try to do all or nothing, our taste buds have been conditioned to like what we like and not like what we don't like. So I was definitely one of those overweight people that did not love healthy food at all. Like, I like nuts, I like guacamole, but those are higher fat foods. So often people are like, oh, nuts are healthy. Okay, they're loaded in calories and they're roasted and salty and delicious. Yeah, they have healthy fats in them, but if you eat too many of them, they will also help keep you fluffy. Just like avocado. Yeah, avocado's got some healthy fats in it, but freaking a serving size is like what I put on one chip. And so, yeah, those things are great for healthy fats, but they can really also make you very fluffy, all right? And so if you're eating them, you better eat them in a serving size or they ain't gonna help you lose weight, okay? And so when I got started, I had to start actually looking at what I was eating, and I can remember the day that I was like, I'm gonna have some nuts. Nuts are healthy. And I was like, okay, Carmen, how many calories are in those nuts, right? And I took what I would normally eat, which was like a handful, and I weighed my nuts. That sounded really bad. I don't have nuts, but I weighed the nuts. Anyway, you know what I'm saying. I took the cashews and I weighed them. The cashews that I had gotten out of the can ended up being like 600 and some calories. That I thought was a serving, 600 and some calories. And I thought, holy crap. This is when I first had the light bulb that nuts weren't really that healthy. Anyway, that's a whole nother video for a whole nother day. But my first month, look, and I'm going to be completely honest with you. And this is going to go against what some of y'all have heard here on YouTube from a lot of those people that maybe didn't start where you and I started, or that maybe I know that there's some people that just love healthy food and they've never had a food addiction and they've never been super overweight or obese or morbidly obese. They've never dealt with secret eating. They've never had cravings where they literally thought that something was going to happen if they didn't get sugar. They got headaches, all this stuff. But I've had all those things for a very long time. I lived as a morbidly obese woman for up until 6 years ago, my entire adult life. And so I'm going to tell you the truth. But the truth worked. It worked. Because I had sold myself this lie that it had to be perfect. And I had sold myself this lie that if I had things like sugar or Reese's peanut butter cups or diet soda, I was going to go to the weight loss hell and get no results. But that's not what happened. Now, hear me. I'm not on here condoning or advocating for you to go guzzle diet soda every day. That's not what I'm saying. Is diet soda better than water? Never, 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 never. But if you have diet soda on occasion, is it going to hurt you? No, it's not. Period. Are you still going to be able to lose weight? Yes, you are. Because when I first got started, I stopped giving myself this so 6.5 years ago when I restarted. Prior, I would have this expectation of I had to be perfect and I had to eat like a health nut or I had to eat like one of those fit crazy people to lose weight. And that was the expectation I gave myself. And when I didn't do that and I failed miserably because those weren't my habits were a morbidly obese woman at the time, I just thought I failed again. I can't do this. It wasn't until I gave myself some grace and I looked at where I was starting. And at first, it wasn't all about limiting my food as far as like what I was eating. It was about limiting my calories. Calories in, calories out. And I can remember having a debate with a friend. And she's like, what do you mean? So you don't think there's nothing to the quality of your food? I said, that's not what I'm saying. Like, yeah, should I be eating broccoli instead of these processed chips from the store that are low in calorie? Yeah, probably. Broccoli's better for me. But right now where I'm at, these chips are curbing a craving and they're helping me keep going. So it's the processed frickin' chips. Okay? Get off my back. Leave me alone. I might have been a little hangry. Anyway, and so in the very beginning, I drank I lost 100 pounds in my first 202 days, and I drank diet soda every freaking day. Oh, no, you didn't. Yes, I did too. And I ate processed diet foods every day too. And again, I'm not proud of that, and I'm not advocating for that, but that's the truth. And I'm not going to come on here and pretend that I did something that I didn't, or that all of a sudden I was one of those morbidly obese people that just loved healthy food and I never ate any crap. No, yes, I did. And so the first 202 days, it wasn't about eating clean. It was about eating in a calorie deficit. So I used an app called MyFitnessPal. And again, this was the first time I had ever done this. And I can remember when I was around those healthy people, like I would hide my diet soda. Like I would put it in my purse. I wouldn't let them see that I had it. You know, the flavor water things. Like I did not love drinking straight water. So I would always use those flavor things that you put into your water. And I would almost feel ashamed when I was around those healthy people. And I didn't even realize that. But one day when I was hiding my soda in my purse because I didn't want them to see it, I was like, what are you doing? You are a freaking adult. And if you want to drink diet soda, well, then you go on with your bad self and you drink some diet soda. And if you are ashamed of it, then you need to deal with the root of that. And so from then on, it was like, no, if I'm going to drink diet soda, I'm going to own the fact that I'm going to drink diet soda. And if anyone's got a judgment with that, they can deal with that. Their judgment is not my problem. And so there was all of a sudden, I went from having myself in this bondage to being free, having this freedom that, hey, this is going to work for me. And so again, for the first 202 days, I lost 100 pounds, not eating 100% clean. I would go to the store and I would, eat something like a veggie straw or some pretzels or, whatever. And yeah, I ate chicken breast. Yes, I ate vegetables. I actually almost every single day for lunch ate a tray full of vegetables, and I would make a ranch dip out of non-fat Greek yogurt in the Hidden Valley ranch seasoning. But even that, something that was a clean thing that I still eat to today. I've been to friends' houses and they're like, oh, do you know what's in this Hidden Valley ranch seasoning? This is like the devil. Everything that's in there. I'm like, I don't know. It tastes pretty good. It's low calorie. And here's the thing, guys. Listen, Linda. My extra weight on my body. I was 288 pounds. My extra weight that I was carrying around was way more unhealthy and way worse for me than the sucralose that was in my diet soda. Is that what's in diet soda? Is it sucralose? whatever that artificial sweetener is. My weight was a way higher risk factor for every disease on the planet than what was in that glass of diet soda that I was having. And so it's really about looking at if you're overweight, your extra weight on your body is much worse for you than a processed chip from the store, than a flavored rice cake, than some Greek yogurt with some artificial sweetener. Yeah, in a perfect world, would we never eat dye and artificial coloring and artificial sweeteners? Yeah, sure. But I'm not perfect, and neither are you. And it's high time you took that expectation of perfection off. Who is that all for anyway? If you have a personal conviction that you don't want to eat red dye, whatever, then that's fine. But make sure it's your personal conviction and that you're not doing it because of other people's judgments. But when I started having balance, and even the clients that I work with, I'll be the first one to tell them, it's balance. And so I lost 100 pounds in my first 202 days. I went on to lose 161 pounds in 13 months. And as I went, my taste buds did start to change. Like, I started craving less those processed chip things from the store. And I actually started craving vegetables. I actually started craving fruit. I actually started craving things that were better for me. The healthier I got, the healthier foods I crave. But even today, I eat healthy 80% of the time. But I eat crap 20% of the time. Fast food. There's people that have I haven't had fast food in 8 years, and I think that's amazing if that's their personal conviction. But for me personally, I ain't got a problem with running to the border every couple months and getting a nacho bel grande, a chalupa, a spicy tostada, whatever it is. Is it an everyday thing? No. Is it an every week thing? No. But do I still enjoy chocolate cake? Yes. Do I still enjoy a double bacon cheeseburger? Yes. Do I still enjoy a concrete frozen mixer from Culver's? Yes. Do we still go to Red Robin and I get an endless basket of fries that I have filled up once or twice? Yes. And amen. Why? Because it's balance. And balance is what finally helped me lose the weight. And balance is what has helped me maintain a size 2 for years and years and years. Even after getting pregnant again last year, popping out a third kid unexpectedly, and then getting back down to my pre-pregnancy weight. All my pre-pregnancy clothes. Balance. Balance is your friend. Restrictions and hardcore is your enemy. All or nothing is your enemy. Balance is your friend. And I want to cover this one more thing, and then we're going to wrap this up. Same thing with working out. Today I work out 30 to 45 minutes a day, 5 to 6 days a week. That's it. You can sculpt. Whatever your body goal is, you can sculpt the most beautiful body on less than an hour a day from home. You don't have to be extreme. It doesn't have to be all or nothing. Because however you get it, however you lose the weight, will be how you have to maintain it. And if you try to go, that's why people say, Carmen, what do you think about keto? I can't stand it. Are you going to do it for the rest of your life? Or are you just doing it to lose weight? Because if you're just doing it to lose weight, as soon as you stop doing it, what's going to happen? I am not a fan of anything that's cutting out food groups. Balance. Balance. Just learn to have balance. Pick a lifestyle that you can sustain. That way, when you lose those 25 pounds, they stay lost and you don't go find them ever again. Wouldn't that be awesome? To lose 100 pounds and have them stay like, get lost, sucker, and they never come calling back again. They are gone forever. And that has been what's been on the other side of balance for me. So anyway, I hope you're having a great day. Hope you're having a great week. I hope you're having a great month. And make sure to check out some of our other videos here on the channel. And if you haven't, hit that subscribe button.